the first time. Hey, great Monday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville, Texas, and I am not in Brownsville. I am in Reynosa, Tamaulipas, and I am headed to Ciudad de Mexico. So I getting out of Dodge.
But why are you leaving so early? I thought your trip to Cancun was till the weekend.
Cancun is on the 30th of June.
Oh, sorry.
This weekend I'll actually be in Monterrey, Nuevo León,
So why are you going to Mexico? El DF.
because it's there.
And you have the money. You married enough people.
It was kind of a trippy deal. It really isn't as expensive as a lot of people think that it is to travel, throughout Mexico. So
Hmm.
I just got into this. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I got into this little funk. Let me tell you, I actually, as crazy as this may sound, I actually got into this weird kind of funk this weekend, and I was just like, I want to go to Mexico City. I want to go to Mexico City. And I got into that little bad vibe, Roman. And I said, you know what? I got to go to Mexico City. And I have a friend there that I hadn't seen in a long time. And I said, I want to catch up and have some conversations and, get a little bit of advice and stuff and just have a conversation. And so he said, come on over. And I said, I'll be there sometime this week or next week. I don't know. And then this afternoon, I was like screw it. And let me.
Just buy a ticket to go to Mexico City. DF.
El DF.
Yeah.
So, and no, trust me, Roman, on my way up here. So, in case something happens or anything, I did have that little turn around, just go back. But I'd already bought the airplane ticket. I'd already reserved the hotel. So I said, nah, let me just go.
Well, I just want to know if there's going to be issues this week because you've gone. Every time you freaking leave, something happens.
Thunder.
But they say it's going to be 100 degrees every single day this
It's
week.
crazy.
So,
Uh,
oh, okay, he's talking to somebody, not us. There you go. That would be great.
yeah, sorry. I was actually the the restaurant.
Oh, you're in a restaurant right now.
I'm at the restaurant at the airport.
That's great. All I see is behind you is some bunch of dots on cement looking thing.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
what I
just
see.
like the wall decor.
Really,
I mean,
dots? It almost looks like they're dominoes or something up there. like they're all one dominoes, one. El once,
that's the airport. Just in
whatever.
case anyone thinks like, no, he's not really at the airport. I'm at the airport.
Snake eyes. There's a bunch of snake eyes up there. There you go.
Good evening. Hello, guys. Roman, any thunderstorms coming up tomorrow?
There you go. You see? See, everyone thinks the same thing I'm thinking. Yeah. Well, I was. I'm sorry. I'm glad we were able to get on. I hauled butt. I got into the room at 9 o'clock. I'm like, dang it, he's not gonna give me the dang link. And then I find out that you're going to Mexico City. I'm like, oh well, why did I take a shower? Why did I even bother hurrying up? I take a long shower and enjoy it. Enjoy it. Anyway, so apparently there's gonna be a big meeting tomorrow at BISD. What the hell are you drinking? Goat's milk? What the hell is that?
Milk.
Why are you drinking milk? Are you trying to make your stomach go crazy?
Yeah, I'm trying to get like diarrhea right before I get to Mexico City, so it'll fight against the Mexico City diarrhea.
There you go. I guess you could do that. No, yeah, because there's gonna be a big meet. Oh God, that was a horrible reaction. Yeah.
There was a
So,
meeting at BIC for what?
well, isn't there a meeting that's going on this week or something? Because I saw Carlos on Facebook. Saying something about trying to raise the rates of the salaries of teachers. Like, come on, guys. How many times are these teachers going to be complaining like, "Oh, I want a salary increase. Give me more money." Okay, there you go. I'm going to be ranting now since he's going to be talking. Guys, you all understand that you get paid really well right now and you still want more money and you're bugging Carlos when he's on vacation. He went to Disney World or wherever he went to, and you're bugging him because you want more money. And it's just like, yeah, you have enough money. You're going to get money from the state. I'm assuming because there's money coming from the state. There's going to be, and then you have some people that are really upset. Some liberals out there that are very upset about compression. They're like, "Oh my God, we're not going to get enough funding for public education." They're going to, but you all understand what compression is. Nobody, do you know what compression is, Erasmo?
Yes, of course.
What's compression? What is it?
Well,
That you're a
compression
board member,
is
you know what compression? What is it?
no, but okay. Compression is when you start to regulate the hires with the blowers and go towards the middle.
Well,
But
yes and no. What it does is, like, you have your M&O taxes, which are your debt, all the debt that everybody's done. It. So what the state is going to do is going to say, look, we're going to not allow you to use some of your M&O. We're going to give you money for your M&O, so you lower your M&O, and that means it lowers the tax rate, and that means you eliminate debt. And when you eliminate debt, you know what's good for that? That means that you can use some of that money for other crap. So your school board can potentially give you pay raises or whatever, and actually use it for education as opposed to stuff that was already pre-spent by this current board. But guess what? The board can't give you the pay raise that you necessarily want right now because they don't know how much the state's going to give them for compression. They don't know what's going to pass by the legislature, so they can't give you the money you want. So stop complaining to Carlos.
but the issue, Roman, is the issue is that the problem is that they've already received a crap load of cash, Roman, that no one has been wanting to do any accountability on in regards to where exactly this cash is. And I think this is part of the problem. There's no transparency. And what everyone out there is seeking is just, just tell it to us like it is. Look, there was 185 million dollars that were put in, 189 million with the ESSER funds. What happened to the money? So all they wanted to go like, what happened to the money? So they voted on, let's have an audit, and find out exactly where all this money went. Unfortunately, that got shut down. And that's the only, and David's correct.
Well, I don't. Did it get shut down? I thought it was tabled. It didn't get shut
Well,
down. It got tabled so they can figure out what they're going to do on the forensic audit.
that's shut down.
That's not shutting. That's not shutting down because let's face it. I respect Carlos. I think Carlos's plan was just not there. He didn't have the votes for the plan that he wanted, and they need to come together to figure out what they want to audit and what they want to do.
But the issue, Roman, is that the majority does not want an audit, and that's what.
No, I think they do. No, I think there's a majority on there. I really do believe. I think Jessica wants an audit, but she wants a very specific audit. No, I think she does.
Okay,
So
so
if Jessica
first
wants
of
an
all,
audit, that's an audit.
she has absolutely no clue what the hell is coming out of her mouth. She has absolute, and again, I'm not trying to belittle her because she doesn't even have a high school education. I'm not trying to belittle her out there. God bless anyone out there. But she has no clue or concept in regards to what an audit is, what they're going to check. Doesn't know what to ask for, Roman. And you know this, man. And that's okay. My issue is just do the damn audit. Everyone wants an audit. And you know that a big old crap load of individuals that work for the district, they just want to see what's happening with the money. And let me say, I asked for an audit right after we lost millions of dollars with Sylvia Atkinson. I asked for an audit in regards to everything that was federal funds in order to be a couple of steps ahead in regards to anything that was going to come down and affect the district. They refused. It's like they're so damn scared about having an audit. Just have a damn audit. You put it all out there. And look at the benefits. Look what happened with the Tenasca audit. When we finally got the Tenasca audit, we learned a whole lot. But let me say, even with the Tenasca audit, Roman, we didn't learn enough. Didn't learn enough.
Yeah, well, I think that I want to do an audit, but I don't want to do an audit for the sake of an audit. And I also don't want to go and pay some firm a bunch of money to say, hey, we just want an audit. And that concerns me because I don't want to be paying all these vendors a bunch of money and we don't know what we're looking for. Doesn't make any sense? Or no? Am I wrong? Like, am I wrong thinking that?
Well, we need something. And
Yes.
at this point, there's been one fiasco after another fiasco after another fiasco after another fiasco. So what happens is a lot of these people, they start to lose trust in the individuals that are out there saying, well, let's give it a little bit more time. It makes sense. We had the Sylvia Atkinson mess, and you can agree that was a big old
Well, yeah. Why
mess.
wouldn't I agree? It was horrible, disgusting.
We had the Sam Stadium mess where we're out there supposedly fixing the Sam Stadium. Nothing happened. We had the veterans out there that spent all this booze and money in regards to fixing up the school. Never got any of that money back. But with that said, let me say, and before I go to that, and then we had the $1.2 million that all of a sudden disappeared. just vanquished. So
Mm-hmm.
at this point in time, let's have something about it. But let me say, one of the issues that was brought up, I actually got some confirmation on it in regards to some of the money that was recuperated from the veterans mess, because we did recuperate some money. So awesome for the district for recuperating some of that money. The problem is, where does that money go to now?
Mm-hmm.
And this was my concern, Roman, with the city of Brownsville going out there and saying, let's spend the money on all these illegals, and then later on, the federal government is going to give us back all this money. Well, what are you going to use that money for? And
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to go back into serving the people of Brownsville, but going to go back into a lot of the damn pet projects and other crap that they come out with. And I'll give you one quick example, Roman, and then I'll let you take the floor. You remember the FEMA domes, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to get 4 FEMA domes.
Mm-hmm.
We got one.
Mm-hmm.
Supposed to get 4. We only got one, Roman. Do you remember why we only got one?
I think you're gonna tell me, so just tell me.
I'll tell you. Because we were supposed to put up 25% of the total cost of the FEMA dome. The government was going to pay for 75%. What happens is the city of Brownsville all of a sudden misused that money and started to spend the money that they had put aside for the FEMA domes. So we didn't have the money in order to put up our 25%.
Mm-hmm.
So we could only build one. And during that interval, all we got was a lot of little stupid little projects out there,
Mm-hmm.
like the bike and hike trails and everything that supposedly we didn't pay for, but we actually did because of the Tiger grant. But we still paid for it. The issue is that we were going to pay for it, and later on, the government was going to provide that grant that was going to pay us back for that money. But the question again arose, and I said, "What did you do with the money that we got back from the federal government?" There is absolutely no transparency, nothing about it. So, in regards to the ESSER funds, I think we have a right to know. Well, what have you done with the money?
Well, I
Why
think
hasn't it been? Why hasn't it gone back for what it was supposed to be earmarked for, Roman? And this was teacher raises.
yeah, I think the federal government will keep tracks on. Well, I maybe I'm giving the federal government too much credit, thinking that they're gonna
Roman,
go in
come
and
on!
I think I just did. I accidentally just did. I was like, oh my god, I become a Democrat.
You're
That
you're
they're
gonna
gonna
you're
like
gonna
figure out
get
what they spent the money on. Like, we did print the money, just give it to you. We don't know what you do with the money.
you're
But
gonna
you,
get Biden a pass.
well, not yeah. I guess I'm apparently going to, since he's probably gonna get reelected next year because our Republicans are gonna nominate Donald Trump, and we're just gonna lose next year in November. Oh no, I'm gonna get in so much trouble for saying that. But I'm just stating the obvious. So anyway, regardless, I'm hoping. I would hope in a great dreamland world that the federal government would keep
Hey,
track of the money that they give us. But I'm tired of our city and our local entities always saying that the federal government or the government is going to give us money for the stuff that we spend. All we have to do is spend a little bit and they'll give us the money. I don't I'm tired of it because granted that's our money, I guess. We're giving it to the federal government, but the federal government just prints way too much money. And it's not good sometimes to be spending as much money as they do. That is what
well,
it is.
the federal government is a piece of trash.
Yes.
It's just a piece of trash. So right now, I've never been more disgusted with federal policy that we're rolling out now. We have
Well, you know,
absolutely no leadership,
well,
no
I'll say
leadership
this.
of Washington.
I mean, I had a conversation with some relatives up in the Upper Valley, and they were very upset because they're like, well, Roman, why is the federal government allowing all these Venezuelans, all these people to come into the country? What about the Mexicans? Why aren't the Mexicans able to come in? And it's not fair that they get to come in and they immediately start asking for all kinds of benefits. They get a laptop or an iPad or whatever the hell tablet they get. They get a phone service. They get all this kind of crap. But Mexicans don't get that stuff. Why are we not helping people in Mexico, allowing them to come in? We treat them like crap, but Venezuelans get to come in. And it's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. It's the federal government. The federal government wants those people to come in. I'm sorry,
Uh,
and it's wrong and it's disgusting. But if
well,
you're a voter, maybe that's going to move people in the valley to see, you know what, the federal government, the Democrats that run the federal government, essentially, they're bad, and maybe they'll vote conservative at this point and figure out, you know what, this is bull, this is crap.
they're not going to.
Allow,
What
no,
sucks? What sucks about the whole thing is that, let me tell you, man, it really sucks for Mexicans who are trying to do the right thing in
mm-hmm,
regards to the right legal process. They've been waiting for years, Roman.
mm-hmm,
It really does suck. we've got individuals, Roman, that have border crossing cards, Roman. These individuals have already been vetted by the federal government. They've already been checked that they have working jobs here in the United States, and and which is okay. So what happens is, why can't these individuals get a fast track in regards to coming over and trying to get a work permit instead of, you know, taking a chance, rolling the dice, talking about the snake eyes are back here, rolling the
Mm.
dice and, saying like, well, we'll see what we get with all these individuals coming from Venezuela, coming from Haiti, coming from China, coming from all over Asia. We just take a chance with them. Because that's what's ultimately happening. Because all they have to do is apply on that CBP app, wait months actually, because that's what it's taking, and then get an appointment to come in to file their paperwork in regards to asylum or amnesty, whatever they're applying for. And let me tell you, a very small percentage of individuals actually qualify for those benefits. So it really does suck for the individuals that have been living on the border and have had all these border crossing clauses for such the longest time and absolutely get no free pass anywhere.
Yeah. Well, you know, I know. What time is your flight leaving right now?
All right, 10:40 actually.
Oh, you saw your time. Okay, good. I just want to make sure that you're going to kick me out. I wanted to ask you your thoughts on this, the all these pictures of these Democrats that are out there taking pictures of themselves voting for Tino. You know, Gilberto Hinojosa.
Um,
You had Jared Hockerman, I guess, sending out this thing. Hey, come to this brisket thing, and you had a bunch of these Democrats coming out here and supporting Tino.
Steve Guerra, Silvia Garza Perez.
And I'm getting really annoyed. I'm annoyed in two. Annoyed on two fronts. One, I'm annoyed because I don't see Republicans doing the same thing for Susan, and I don't see that at all. And it flat out pissing me off.
Well,
The
Roman, at least, and credit to the Democrat Party, Roman.
well,
Jared's
yes,
amazing. Jared's amazing. I love Jared.
yeah, he's a
Jared
great.
is
He's a
amazing.
good, effective chair.
He's going to go out there and he's going to put his neck on the line for the candidates that he wants elected, because they are Democrats, and like it or not, it is, and it's not a it's a nonpartisan race. But you've got Dino, who's going to work with the Democrats, and you got Susan, that's a little bit more on the conservative side, and Jared Huckabee. All the Democrats are out there embracing Dino, and we have no leadership in the Conservative Party. There is no Republican Party. There is no leadership. I would like to see, leadership in the Republican Party go out there and support and fight Susan
But the thing
for
is,
her to.
you have individuals out there they'll say, well, we need conservative leadership in the valley, and we need conservatives to be able to show that they're good people that can run and win in local nonpartisan races. And you have a perfectly good opportunity with Susan, and you won't do it. And all conservatives do is they shoot each other, and shoot each other or like attack each other for no reason.
They shoot themselves in the foot. My
That's what they
words,
do.
Roman,
Well, yeah,
right?
no, they do. That's what they're doing. But it's like a circle, like firing squad. We just attack each other, and then meanwhile, the Democrats be able to, like, well, you know what, we're going to go with Tino. And why are some of these Democrats going with Tino? Like, it makes no sense to me
But
because he
here,
literally he goes to the women. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an independent. I vote 60% of the time with Republicans or 60-40, whatever, Republican Democrat. I don't know.
but it's a smart thing to do, Roman,
Mm.
and they're playing a smart game. The Republicans are shooting themselves in the damn foot, and they did it to Jessica Puente Bradshaw.
Yes, absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
And let me say, Roman, I love Morgan, a friend of mine, 100%. I love Morgan, but Jessica Puente Bradshaw has done more for Susan than our Republican Party chair,
100%.
and that says a lot, Roman, because
There's actual
everyone.
there's a void, and you'll talk to her, and you'll talk to Morgan, and she'll tell you something like, well, I did try to talk to Susan one time at some little barbecue,
Not
like
enough.
whatever, and I talked to her and wanted to give her support, and it's
No, there's no leadership, Roman,
like and you ask Susan, like, I don't remember that.
there's no leadership, and you know for a fact that I've been bitching about all these crazy Republican stupids out there that go like, well, we're not gonna vote for Erasmo Castro because
Hmm. Hmm.
he's evil, he's horrible, and I'm like, bitch, you rather vote for a liberal Democrat than vote for someone that has
Hmm.
an ounce of conservative values and, and,
Hmm.
and views? You are stupid. And this is why, and I've stated it, and I said it on that stupid thread that we were on with a bunch of all those. And look, this other guy, that John Bragum, whatever the hell that guy name
John
is,
Barham.
whatever the hell his name is,
His
I
name
don't
is
care.
Barham.
He's another idiot. He's another idiot, and
He's
I'm
not
glad
an
that he's
idiot, but
supporting.
okay.
He's an idiot. I'm glad that he's supporting Susan on this race. That's great. But let me tell you, he goes out there and tries to selective choose individuals. Never heard of the guy. I ran on the Republican ticket a couple of times. Never would he throw an ounce of support out there. No one did. And that's fine. Look, at the end of the day, I don't give a rat's behind. I'm still going to Ciudad de Mexico right now. I'm going to live it up at 12 o'clock at night when I get there. I'm going to spend a day out there with friends. Come back early Wednesday morning. I'm going to be okay. The problem is that the Republican Party here locally continues to shoot themselves in the foot. There is no organization. There's no one that says let's lead the way. Look at what these guys are doing, Roman, on the on the Democrat
Yeah,
side.
and that's what I
It's
mean. It's like
impressive.
it
It's
is.
impressive.
It's totally impressive. I mean, you see all these people taking pictures and supporting this guy. The guy's not even here. I don't know, he's not even here in Brownsville. And they're like, oh, vote for. He's not even freaking here. And then he's gonna leave. He's gonna go to Europe at some point. He's not even here. They're like, He's like a candidate while being a candidate. He's like Biden in the basement. Democrats are really good at this crap.
Basement.
That's what's really impressive. But so it makes me mad and almost jealous that that's what's happening on the Democratic side, and you don't have this happening for Susan. And it goes back to because they're angry because Susan had the audacity to ask questions, and maybe she came around. Her and her friends, went about it the wrong way. I mean, I've had my issues with Susan and some of her friends when I had my own issues with them. But
Some of her
you
friends
talk.
are nuts. Some of her friends are
I'm not
nuts.
gonna go that far, but it's like look. I talk to them. I want to get to know
Not her
them.
friends. No, let me clarify. Not her friends. Some of those people that are calling themselves her friends and are surrounding her. Some of those people, Susan, are nuts. They're out there. They're psycho. They're wacko. Those individuals that say, stay away from Erasmo Castro, those people are stupid. More power to
Well,
them.
I mean, look, I want to in my capacity as Roman, and I can only do it for myself because I don't represent anybody other than myself. Is I want to get to know those people because we can work together to functionally win races. You have to
There's
do
no
that.
hope.
That's the. I
There's
mean,
no hope.
look, the only way to win is to come together. We can't be apart.
Roman, that's what I've been saying for years,
I
Roman.
know you've been saying it. I agree
But
with you,
let
but
me
some
tell
of
you,
these people won't listen. Some of these people won't, and
hats off to Carlos Castro. The only individual that threw out a post out there, the only individual is Carlos Castro that said, vote for Susan,
yeah,
vote for Tino.
yeah.
That is what leadership is. That is the type of leadership that we need from every single other individual that is an elected official in the Republican Party, which includes, Roman, that Janie chick that's your friend. I don't know what the hell her name is. And
Oh, you mean Juanita?
Morgan, whatever.
Well, look, and I make this point not because I
And
want to.
Morgan is an elected official, Roman.
Morgan doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Morgan doesn't matter because just what you just
She's the
said.
chair.
Look, what you just said is there's no leadership in the party. There's no party. So that if that's what you're saying, the next logical step is that Morgan doesn't matter. I'm just using what you're using your logic to say that. Am I wrong?
You're putting words in my mouth.
No,
This
I'm
issue
just.
doesn't matter. I said her position matters. She
Yes, her
needs
position
to
matters, but
use
apparently
that
she doesn't matter because she doesn't do anything. That's what you're applying, right? That's what you're saying.
Well,
Am I wrong?
I haven't seen it. I mean, I could be wrong. I
Well,
haven't seen it. I want our Republican Party chair and all the Republican Party leadership, which you were a part of, to go out
Yes,
there and
up
say,
until like a few months ago, several months ago, because I was like, I'm
Susan
tired of it.
is our candidate. I want people to take pictures. Look, Roman, and
We can't even have a meeting to even do that.
no, and that's
We haven't even had a meeting to be able to say like, this is our candidate. We haven't even had that. You know, the last time we had a meeting was July. I think you were there of last year, July of last year. I think you were at that meeting.
maybe. But let me say this. I don't know. Was I sober? But let me say this.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
Oh, I think I went with Abraham, right?
No, that was the one in Harlingen. I'm talking about. There was a meeting at the library you went to.
Oh,
I-
oh,
yeah.
with George?
No, that was the one in May. You went to the one in May. I don't. Maybe you didn't go to the one in July. Maybe you didn't. I don't remember. Anyway, it doesn't really matter.
Doesn't
Look,
matter.
It doesn't matter. What matters is Susan has been a leader within the conservative movement. Okay, when we didn't have a location to be able to house signs, because unfortunately, for whatever reason, the Republican Party of Cameron County does not have a headquarters for whatever reason. Unlike in Hidalgo County, other counties, we didn't have a headquarters. Yeah, we had signs at Carlos's office. You go pick up signs, but there's only so much space that Carlos has in his office, and he's not available after 5 o'clock or 5:30.
The
Right?
Republican Party can use my office.
Well, regardless. So there was an opportunity. So
I'm offering
Susan,
solution, bitch.
wait, I'm telling you what Susan did. Susan did the same thing you did. Somebody reached out to her and said, "Hey, I have a bunch of these signs. Can we put this?" Because we had a location to have some of the signs in Harlingen. Can we have some signs in that are open? Sure. Susan allowed it. So she didn't have a lot of signs there because of the fact they were always flying out. But she did that for the conservative movement. She
I'll do that
offered a
too.
solution. Well,
No,
fine.
I'm offering
Okay.
a
I,
solution.
I have no role in the Republican Party. So I don't know why you're offering it to me because I have no role.
You are the Republican Party guru.
Well, that's great. Thank you for saying that. But no, I have no role in the Republican Party. This is just me spitballing here and having a conversation with Erasmo, and I don't know how many people watching right now.
64.
That little, really?
Well, it's.
And we started late. We started late. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. But regardless, so Susan offers solutions, and now the Democrats are punishing her by saying, "We're not going to support you because you're an evil, ugly Republican." And I take offense to that because, again, when I ran in 2011 against, Ricardo, people were bitching about the fact that, we can't have a Republican represent South Bronx because that would be horrible. And so they gathered together and made sure I didn't win. And I lost 45-55. And so I'm seeing that with Susan 12 years later, and it's upsetting me because we as conservatives can't come together and support somebody that we probably agree with 95% of the time. We agree with them. But because we don't agree with them for the 5 time, or because she was mean to us on the internet, no, we can't support her because she was mean. So somehow or another, she knows the better person, according to some people.
The issue, Omen, is that Republicans are stupid. They're stupid. They go out there and say, if I cannot support them 100%, I'm going to vote for a Democrat.
That's what it seems like to me, yes.
And that's the difference between the Republicans and the Democrats. Because the Democrats, as much as Tino may have gone out there and said, not a Democrat,
I'm an independent. I'm independent, yeah.
And they go like, well, he's got, 25, 35% Democrat. He's our candidate. And they're all coming out there taking pictures of I voted for this guy. I voted for this guy. You have Steve Guerra. You've got Sylvia Garza Perez. You got Jared Hakama. You got
Gilberto Hinojosa.
Gilbert Hinojosa. Everyone out there, Roman. Everyone out there. And they're working it. We are doing nothing. I'm going to Ciudad de Mexico. You are hiding in your house, whatever that is on Southmost. We're doing
I'm not hiding.
Nothing to help Susan.
I'm doing stuff. I'm calling people.
But we're not doing enough in the sense that we are not uniting.
Okay, yeah.
Force as a group to help Susan, and that's unfortunate. And I'm hopeful, and I'm praying that Susan is successful this election. But if she's not, I hope that Susan joins us in being very pissed off about the process, because the process and the lack of leadership sucks.
And look, the Democrats I understand why Democrats are doing this. I understand that people like Jared and them are doing this because they want to punish Republicans, because they see that the Republicans are gaining inroads in the Valley. They do not want a repeat of what happened 2 years ago with the mayor in Javi Villalobos becoming mayor in McAllen and winning, and then all these Republicans out of the blue saying, we supported Javi the entire time. Like, no, you didn't. But he did it on his own, essentially. But that's what they don't want to repeat, because I guarantee you, if Susan wins on Saturday, or this Saturday, right? It's a Saturday. Yeah, it's a Saturday. This Saturday, you're going to see a bunch of people. I supported her. She's great. Wow, we got a Republican in there. And it's like, you didn't do jack crap. You didn't do jack crap. That's what you did. Nothing. But Democrats want to make sure that doesn't happen. So and that's why they're doing this. And hats off to them for doing it. I wish that we had a party that was functional in order to be able to come together to win. I see people from outside of Brownsville that are Republicans that are helping Susan. They're block walking for Susan. They're not, they're calling people that they know in Brownsville. They're posting stuff on Facebook because they know they have some reach in Brownsville. That's a good thing. We all should be doing that. And because Susan's a good person. whether or not I didn't, again, I didn't agree with her all the time. Hell, we didn't even talk for like the longest time, me and Susan. But
I
I
remember.
see the benefit of having a Susan Rubalcaba in the city commission, not just because
Oh,
she's a conservative, not just because she's a Republican precinct chair, not because of that, but because she's a good person that cares about transparency and will offer an opportunity to be heard by everybody, not just conservatives. And nothing against Tino. I mean, I like the guy. He seems like a good guy. But anybody who's running for city commission that 2 or 3 days after coming in first place by maybe 1 or 2 points and getting into a runoff that tells somebody else, you know what, I don't want to run anymore. Like, I'm not into it. And then all of a sudden, magically, oh no, I do want to run because my friends told me to run. That's not the kind of guy I want on city commission. That sounds like a guy who wants to give up. And I don't want that on the city
well,
commission.
let me say this. Don't be mad. I don't like that pitch. I don't like the, oh well, he was discouraged and didn't want to run anymore, so why should run? And I think Susan used it, and I think you're using it, and I
Oh
don't
no,
like it.
why
Hold on,
not?
let me finish.
It shows
Let me
so who has
let me finish.
control over
No,
him.
no, no, no.
That's the point. Okay.
Let me finish. My issue is, look, Roman. I've gone to that point where I'm after a race. I go like, you know what? Screw it. I'm out. Ya que se la averigüen como quieran, because that's the sentiment. Because let me tell you, I don't know how hard he worked or how hard he pushed, but you get into that little funk. After a race, Roman, you know this. You get into this little funk where you say, screw everybody, screw them, screw him, screw them. And I can understand him having those sentiments right after the race, like, I'm out. I don't want anything to do with this. Because I've said it before, I'm still going to run. I'm going to run for BISD next year.
Wait, what?
I Shut up.
You You
Shut
said
up.
you were done.
But
This was your last
shut up.
freaking race. That you were
I
done. I
know.
even told you the last one. Yeah. Okay. Great. We'll move on. Shut up. You're not. No. I'm telling you right now. If you run, I'm gonna run against you. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah. I
I was saying, that guy said you were never gonna run again. He runs again. Screw that guy. Go for me. No, but in serio, the reason I think is he had to talk to his friends in order to be able to run. I don't like that control, and people already think that he is, whether right or wrong. I'm not even arguing that, but people think that he is bought and paid for, that he's only good for certain people or whatever. I don't. I'm not gonna say that about the guy because the guy's a good guy. He seems like a good guy. But that's what it seems like. That's why I argued that point. I think that's what Susan's trying to make. It's like, well, I didn't need that. I came in second place. Screw it. I'm going to keep running anyway. And,
I like Tino. I like Tino. I like Tino. I like Tino. But I want Susan to be our next city commissioner. I'm afraid, Roman. I'm afraid. And let me say this, and I don't mean to be a deadbeat downer. I'm afraid that it's not going to happen.
what? What's not going
Susan
to
will
happen?
be our next commissioner. But I want her to
Turnout's
be our
been
next
extremely
commissioner.
low, though. I mean, turnout has not been. I don't know what the numbers are today, but I think through the first 5 days there were like 2,000 people that voted. Like
I
what?
will, I will run against Roman.
So okay, so that means that Robert's gonna run against you and me. No,
I
but
love
look,
it.
I mean, Susan, I know has been block walking. I know Susan sent on a mailer. Susan's been on Facebook and social media. I know that her people have been doing the same thing. Turnout has been extremely low. And if I mean, look, you voted. Why did you vote, Erasmo? Because she called you and said, "Hey, it's already like Tuesday. You haven't voted yet."
Yeah.
So she's obviously doing those things. I'm sure Tino's doing the same thing wherever the hell he's at. Doing the same thing. Or his team is doing
New
that
York.
anyway. Where really? That's where he's at. Oh, great. We got Broadway show or something or what? I'm just going. I just look. I think that she's running the effective campaign. She has good people helping her. I think I'm not even including myself in that good people helping her. There's other
Yeah,
people that are
because you're not good people.
I'm not good people, and I'm not helping her, I guess, or something. No, but where'd you go? Ya se
Hold on.
fue. Oh,
Can you hear
okay.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you,
Can you
dude.
hear me?
I can totally hear you. You're there. I just can't see you, and I can't see that mug, and now everyone has to see me with a black thing there in front of me. Anyway, regardless, I think hopefully Susan can pull it off. Go. Okay, tomorrow's the last day to vote early. If you haven't voted, what the hell are you waiting for?
Well,
It's gonna take
let
you
me say
5 minutes to go in and vote. Just go out there and vote for her, for Susan.
let me say. Hold on.
Okay.
Look, guys, I want everyone out there not only to go out and vote.
Oh, sorry. I did this like excited because right now I'm watching Stanford and Texas and the super regional, and Texas is down
Let me see.
6-3.
Roman, I don't want. I don't.
I don't want to.
I
You
don't.
see,
I
I'm
don't.
trying
I
to.
don't. I don't want. Shut up. What?
You sound like Little Richard. Shut up.
No,
Oh.
Roman. I don't. I don't want people. I don't want people to only go out and vote. I want people to take people out to vote
Well, yes,
and
I agree with you on. Okay.
make message.
Yeah. Look, I voted for. Go take a picture of your I voted sticker tomorrow and say I voted for Susan. Go out and vote. At the very least, do that. Text every person you know on your textbook like contacts. You probably have 1,000 people on your contact. Message them. Say, hey, I went and voted for Susan. Go vote for her, please. And if people get mad at you, like, why'd you vote for her? Like, because I wanted to. Just vote for Susan. Just do it. I don't care what you think of her. I don't care if she would mean you on social media. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care if she looked at you funny at one point, or maybe she didn't give you enough of a tip at a bar or whatever the hell, or a restaurant. I don't care. Just go vote for Susan. I mean, if you couldn't get freaking Erasmo elected, at least elect Susan. Because turnout is so sticking low that all 65 people that are watching right now, every single one of you take two people, that's going to be effective change. Just go out there and vote for Susan. But be more than just a freaking keyboard. Be more than just somebody watching on YouTube, or where are you streaming on this thing? Twitter or whatever the hell.
Huh?
Where are you streaming this thing on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter? Anywhere else?
Yeah.
Just go out and vote. I mean, do more than just that. The early voting is what they close tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I think it's 8 in the morning, 8 tonight, tomorrow. Just go vote. It doesn't take longer than 5 minutes. Now it might take a little longer because it's the last day of early vote. A lot of people vote on early vote. So go to Southwest Library or go to the other places. You do not have to just vote at the Brownsville Public Library. But
Roman, I'm back. Sorry.
oh,
Sorry.
good. It's okay.
Oye, Roman.
¿Qué pasó?
Nada. Let's see. Let me
Oye,
get to the
Roman.
comments. Why Roman? Way Roman is good.
You see, Roman is good. You see, I taste good too, apparently. So, what are you eating? Are you eating something?
No, I'm actually. It's kind of great because I was getting messages on WhatsApp and I tried to change the other one.
What's up? And you really could pass for Little Richard. Have you ever thought of dressing up as Little Richard for Halloween?
There's no way. Shut up, Roman. You're crazy, man.
You see, you totally pull out Little Richard. Little Richard was, Little Richard was cool. He's the true king of rock and roll, or the architect of rock and roll. What the hell they call him? How is Richard Timbo? How is Richard? And I'm even talking about that Little Richard. I'm talking about how is Richard Timbo? How's he doing? He's still in the
He's
hospital.
doing good. Huh?
He's in the hospital still.
No, he's doing good.
What are you doing? I hate it when you make that little face of yours right there because you found somebody sent you something. You're like a little. Y'all like all happy, like a little squirrel.
Right. Roman, it's 10 o'clock. I need to start getting ready to get bored.
All right. Well, go vote for whatchamacallit.
All right, guys. Thank you. I love y'all. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. Are you going to be on at 9 o'clock?
Yeah, I can be. Yeah, I can.
All right. Well, I'll be in Ciudad de Mexico, and I'll call y'all then, guys.
Go eat some churros. Go buy some churros in Mexico.
I will.
All right.
Bye.